We will begin in the inbox by setting it to show the unread messages. So we'll click next to inbox, select unread. Okay, and here we have a request for a quote. So in order to give a customer a price for a drawing and guide them to placing an order, we need to know a few things. As we get the information from the customer, we're moving towards the point of making a sale. Our aim is to move all customers who have made an inquiry to the point of making a purchase as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And we'll do this by moving the conversation forwards in multiple chats at once. So while we're waiting for customers to respond to our messages, we should be speaking to other customers. Now here's an example chat that I'm going to be demonstrating what we do with, and I'll also be referring to a guide that I've written up which shows the process that I'll be following. This will be included for you in the documentation that you're given as a reference, but after a little bit of time you should start to know this process off by heart. So as we can see here, we start by asking the customer how many people they would like to be drawn. So how many people would you like to be drawn? And we have a response. Excellent. So the next step in the process is to send the number of people saved response. So the customer has responded 5 please. So what we'll do is we'll choose a save reply, type in 5p, and we've got the 5 people response. Now this gives the customer the information for the total price. It's all already been calculated here for 5 people in colour or for 5 people in black and white, and also informs the customer of the extra charge for the A4 size and the A3 size. Okay, and now what we're doing is we are also sending the size and the style saved response, which will basically ask the customer which of these they would like, if they'd like the colour or black and white, or the A4 or A3. So if we type in size and style, there we go. Now, what we're doing at this point is we are waiting. Oh, something else that I should say, should be tagged as interested. This is so that we can find the person who is or is not interested in future. So we're waiting for a response. And the response is A4 in colour. So now we have all the information that we need to give the customer a price. We know they're looking for colour, so the price is going to be £90, and we know that the A4 is going to cost £12. So altogether it would be £102. So now we've got this information, we can send the customer the photo check saved response and the place order saved response. And we'll also change the tag. So we can send the photo check and the place order save response. So the photo check one says, feel free to send me your photos and I'll check them for you. And if you'd like me to manually place the order for you now, I'll need your full name, email, delivery address, drawing size and style, eye colour, total number of people, and photos. Now we may change some of this because we do have some of the information already. Okay, looks like I've just lost it. Okay, and at this point we'll change the status, the tag, sorry, and the reason that we'll change the tag is to keep track of where we're up to in this, and we'll change it to info pending FU for follow-up 1. And click enter, and we'll get rid of the interested tag. So now really what we're doing is we're going to move on to other chats, and if we haven't received any response by later on in the shift, well, we'll check. We'll go to the filter by, we'll look for info pending FU1 and see if we've received a response. If we haven't received a response from the customer by the time we check later on after an hour has passed, then what we'll do is we will send the customer the info pending follow-up response 1. So we'll pretend it's an hour later. And we'll send this to the customer. Hi Leon, will you be able to send those details so I can get your order ready and send you a payment link in the next hour or so? And when we've sent that, we will change the status from the info pending FU1 to info pending FU2. What this tag tells us, now instead of checking this later on in the shift, actually that isn't the process, bear with me, I'm still learning this myself. So info pending FU2 would be followed by tomorrow's date. So today it's the 19th of the 10th, so we would change it to the 20th of the 10th. 17. So the person on tomorrow's shift will look for everything with that day's date on, tomorrow's date, the 20th, and they will continue the process from that point. So let's pretend that it's tomorrow now, and we see this, and we've still not received any kind of response. What we'll do is we'll send the info pending follow-up 2. Which says, hi Leon, just following up to give you a reminder about the info we need to place your order so we can get it finished and get to work on your drawing. Let me know if something has come up and you can't go ahead right now. These things happen. Okay, and what we will do, because this was the follow-up 2 response, we'll enter the new one first. So it will say info pending FU3 and the following day's date. And as I'm sure you can guess, what this means is on this date, the FU3. So let's pretend it's the day after this. On this date, the FU3, info pending FU3, needs to be sent. Hi Leon, just messaging to let you know that we have 10% off on orders placed today, and I remember you were interested in a drawing the other day. Let me know if you'd like to take us up on the offer. Thanks. And what we will do is we will change the status to info pending FU4. And the day after that. Now you need to remember that this long going on without receiving any kind of response is unlikely. but this is the maximum to which it goes. So the day after that, on the 22nd, what we will do is we'll check the message. We'll, on our shift, we'll check the filter. We'll select here the info pending FU4s, and if we've received no response at all, then we'll close this and we'll change the label to not interested. And at this point, we know we've done everything we could have possibly done with the customer. Now, at any point during these messages, the customer could have sent us the information that we needed. So, for instance, okay, so let's pretend that that all the information has been provided, and this could have happened at any point here. What we would have done is we would have changed the label at this point to FU1. Sorry, that's not what it is. It's payment pending FU1. And at this point, the customer's given us everything that we need to create the order for them. I'll explain this in a later video, but at this point we'd go to the website, we'd create the order, we'd get a link for them, and we'd send this link to the customer. So let's pretend that's what we've done. And at this point, we're waiting for the customer to pay. Usually when a customer has paid for their order, they'll come along and they'll tell us anyway. If the order has been placed, then that's great. It's payment made, I think. Yes. So the customer might message saying, right, I've paid for the order, at which point we'd check on WordPress on the website, and we'll be able to see if the payment's been made, and then we'll respond with the payment made save response. Thanks, Leon. I can see your order here. We'll let you know if we need any more information from you, but it looks like we have everything we need. If you have any questions or need an update, then don't hesitate to message me here. Your reference number is, or your reference is, oh, for your reference, sorry, here's your order number. And if that's how everything progressed, that'd be great. We'd remove the tag, we'd change it to payment made, we'd add a note which showed the reference, and that would be the end of the job on this particular chat. Now, the same way that there was a set of follow-up responses, over here when we were chasing the details to place the manual order, there is a set of responses for placing for once we've sent the link to the customer to chase this payment up with them also. I won't go through all that because it's repetitive, but it follows the same scheme, and it will be included in the sheet that I give you. Additionally, there are some other save responses for things that commonly happen. Something that will commonly happen is a customer will say something along the lines of, "I am not ready to order yet." And in such a case, we'll send them a message, which is the special offer message, which offers them 10% off. Just so you know, I'm able to offer you 10% off your order if you'd like to get a drawing. We have limited spots, so let me know ASAP. And all you would do is you'd work out 10% off the original cost of the drawing, and when you were entering it into the website when placing a manual order, you'd multiply by 0.9, which would give you 90% price of the drawing, so minus 10% off the total price. In a similar way, if the customer says too expensive, get lost, we could offer the special offer. Saved message could be sent to them also to try and tie them in and offer them something that will get them to change their mind. There are also a number of saved responses for our location. If you type in location, the answer's there, and also one for turnaround times, or how long the drawing will take to be completed. There are some important points as well for the style, the chat style that you should use. Something to remember is these are retail customers, not business customers. So they should be spoken to informally and respectfully. So informally, the way that you'd speak to a friend or possibly someone who you've only just met, but they're on the level of friends. So this isn't a business interaction. There's no need for formal language. Just speaking normally will do. Also, be friendly. If the customer says something like, I'm ordering for my a drawing of my dad as a present for my mother because my dad's died, then show some compassion. If someone has a great, an interesting idea, say, oh wow, that sounds great. Always try to build a little bit of a personal connection anywhere you can. It is difficult over a chat like this, but every little helps, and it can help you to get a sale.